My daughter, come closer. Before you scroll, breathe with me. One slow breath. Let your shoulders drop just a little. I am not speaking to the version of you that performs. I am speaking to the real you, the one who smiles in daylight and quietly aches at night. I see you. I see you trying to be easy to love, easy to work with, easy to please, and still feeling unseen. I see you replaying conversations, editing your words in your mind, wondering if you said too much or not enough. I see how your peace rises and falls with human signals, a message left on, read a coworker's cold tone, a supervisor's unpredictable mood, a family member's criticism, a comment online that stings longer than it should. And I need you to hear me clearly. You are not too much. You are not hard to love. You are not less because someone did not choose you, approve you, or understand you. Listen, do you know why deep in the temple I placed a veil not to hide shame, not to protect darkness, but to guard what is most holy? Holy things are not handled by impulse. Holy things are handled with reverence. Your soul is holy ground. There is a veil in you, my daughter, an inner boundary set by my hand, not to make you fearful, but to make you free. Not to make you cold, but to keep you whole. Not to teach you deception, but to teach you wisdom. Here is the secret between you and me. The one thing you must never hand to any man too early, and the one thing you must never surrender to any person too easily. You do not give anyone the authority to define your value, your peace, or your dignity. That authority belongs to me alone. Not the man who wants access before he has earned trust. Not the coworker who competes in silence. Not the supervisor whose approval becomes your oxygen. Not the friend who pulls you into chaos and calls it closeness. Not the family voice that only corrects and never covers. Not the crowd that praises you one day and forgets you the next. My precious daughter, I am not telling you to stop loving people. I am teaching you to stop worshiping their reactions. I am teaching you to stop placing your inner throne into human hands and then begging them to rule you gently. This is why I told you, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. The guard I am teaching you is not paranoia. It is reverence. It is dignity. It is the wisdom to stop giving keys to people who have not built a life of trust. The world tells you, if you want connection, expose everything, explain everything, prove everything. But I tell you, keep the core for me, and you will watch your life become steadier than it has been in years. When your center belongs to me, you become unshakable. When your identity is anchored in me, unstable people can no longer control your nervous system like a switch. Some of you keep repeating the same pain in different rooms. In romance, you confuse chemistry with safety. In friendship, you confuse intensity with loyalty. At work, you confuse busyness with worth. In family, you confuse being needed with being loved. And then you go home exhausted, wondering why your heart always feels like it's running. I am gentle, but I am firm. Slow down. Not everyone who asks for your story deserves your truth. Not everyone who compliments you can carry responsibility. Not everyone who wants access has the character to protect what they touch. Some people ask questions that sound like care, but they are collecting information. Not to love you better, but to gain leverage. And I do not say this to harden you. I say this to heal you. I saw the nights you stared at your phone, trying to decide whether to send one more explanation. I saw the mornings you walked into work carrying anxiety like a handbag you never asked for. I saw you blame yourself for someone else's immaturity, someone else's lack of honor, someone else's inability to love cleanly. So let me correct that lie. You were not rejected because you lacked value. You were spared because I value you. Some doors did not open because I refused to let you enter a room that would fracture you again. Some opportunities passed because the price was your peace. Some connections faded because I was protecting your spirit. This is not condemnation. This is mercy. Now, my daughter here is your first practice, small but powerful. The next time you feel the urge to send the long message, to over-explain, to defend your dignity, to overshare just to feel safe, pause. Breathe. Return the key to me. Whisper, Father, define me. Hold my peace. Teach me to guard what is holy, and I will. You are not meant to be emotionally homeless, moving from one person's reaction to another, looking for a place to rest. I am your home. And when you live from that truth, you become a woman of quiet authority. If you felt me speaking to you, leave a white dove in the comments and write, "My peace belongs to God." And if you want to keep walking this path with me, subscribe not as a habit, but as a decision. Lord, keep me close. Teach me discernment. Restore my dignity. Now listen carefully, my daughter, because in the next part, I will show you why you overshare when you are afraid, and how I will heal that root without taking away your tenderness. My girl, I am not ashamed of your tenderness. I see the moment silence from a man becomes loud inside your chest, and your mind starts racing to protect you. I see your fingers hovering over the keyboard, your heart whispering, "If I just say it right, I can save this." And I want you to know this first. I am not angry at you. I am healing you. Hear me gently. Oversharing is rarely about honesty. Most of the time, it is fear wearing the costume of clarity. Fear that if he doesn't know everything, he will leave. Fear that if you don't explain perfectly, you will be misunderstood. Fear that if you don't prove your goodness, you won't be chosen. So you send the long message. You add one more detail. You soften your truth. You apologize too fast. You pour your heart into someone who has not yet proven safe hands. I know how it happens, dear heart. It looks like midnight. The room is quiet, but your thoughts are loud. You write 5 paragraphs trying to sound calm while your chest is tight. You rewrite the same sentence 3 times, trying to be gentle, trying to be reasonable, trying to be easy. Then you press send and stare at the screen, like your peace is trapped behind his reply. When there is no answer, you start bargaining with your dignity. You start thinking, maybe I should explain more. Sweet one, this is the route you have been trying to buy safety with words. Stop buying safety with words. That pattern did not come from nowhere. Somewhere in your story, you learned that peace depended on managing people. You learned that being misunderstood felt dangerous, so you became good at explaining. You learned that silence could mean rejection, so you tried to fill silence with effort. You learned that if you are good enough, clear enough, kind enough, you can keep the connection from breaking. But I am telling you now, with love and authority, you do not need to explain to be worthy of love. You do not need to overfunction to be safe. And because this is not only about romance, I will touch it once, just enough for you to recognize it. It shows up at work when a colleague's tone turns cold and your stomach tightens, so you write a long message defending yourself before anyone even accused you. It shows up when you send an email filled with extra details no one asked for, not because it's necessary, but because you fear being judged. It shows up when you speak too much in a meeting, trying to prevent misunderstanding, because deep down, you believe one wrong impression could cost you favor. Do you see it, my dear one? It is the same route. If I explain enough, I will be safe. But safety is not purchased. Safety is discerned. So I am giving you a practice, simple, not dramatic. The next time you feel the urge to overshare, pause for 3 seconds and breathe. Then ask one honest question: am I sharing to build trust, or am I sharing to control the outcome? If it is control, it is fear. Bring the core back to me and whisper, Father, hold my peace. Define me. Teach me what is wise. Then choose the cleanest response you can, short, clear, unhurried. Sometimes that response is one sentence. Sometimes it is, I need time. Sometimes it is silence that protects what is holy. Let this settle in you. If he is safe, he will not punish your pace. If he is mature, he will not demand access. If he is honorable, he will not rush your tenderness. You are not losing love when you slow down. You are revealing truth. If you are choosing wisdom over panic today, tap like as a quiet agreement in your spirit and whisper, Lord, I trust you with my peace. And keep listening, because what comes next is not about chasing at all. It is about becoming. My precious one, this is not a strategy. This is identity. I am not teaching you how to win love. I am teaching you how to remain whole while you wait for what is clean. The world trained you to hunt, to chase attention, to chase clarity, to chase reassurance, to chase signs, to chase someone's mood until you finally feel safe. And you called that love, but it was often anxiety wearing perfume. You called it devotion, but it was often fear trying to control the future. Listen to me, child of mine. A flower doesn't chase, she becomes. A flower does not run after butterflies. A flower stays rooted. She receives what she needs, grows quietly, and carries a fragrance that cannot be faked. She does not audition for affection. She does not beg to be chosen. She becomes what she was created to be, and what is healthy is drawn to what is healthy. And I know the protest rising in you, but if I don't chase, I'll be forgotten. If I don't try, I'll be left. If I don't prove myself, I'll be replaced. My gentle one, that is not wisdom. That is an old alarm. That is a younger part of you still trying to survive. I am not calling you to passivity. The flower does not chase, but she still tends the garden. She grows roots in truth. She drinks from my word. She learns discernment. She builds boundaries without bitterness. She keeps her softness without losing her spine. She becomes steady, not loud. She becomes clear, not frantic. This is what it looks like in love. You stop feeding false intimacy. You stop mistaking confession for connection. You stop giving your whole story as a down payment to keep someone from leaving. You let time reveal fruit. You let consistency earn proximity. You let honor prove itself. You choose from peace, not from panic. And I will touch one other place just once, because it has shaped many daughters more than they admit. Sometimes the pressure to chase didn't begin with a man, it began at home. A relative asks, "So when will you marry?" And your chest tightens like you are failing a deadline. Someone compares you to a cousin, and you feel that old urge to prove you are worthy. Someone questions your choices, and you start explaining your life like you are on trial. My dear one, you do not need to chase approval from family to be blessed by me. You do not need to betray your peace to satisfy someone's timeline. You honor them, but you do not hand them the throne of your identity. Because when you are rooted in me, you stop living as if you must earn permission to exist. You stop building your life around other people's expectations. You stop confusing pressure with guidance. You stop confusing urgency with destiny. I am retraining your taste. You have been around inconsistency so long that stability felt boring. You have been around emotional heat so long that peace felt empty. You have been around pressure so long that gentleness felt suspicious. But I am teaching you to desire what is clean, not what is loud. To recognize what is safe, not what is intense. To value fruit over fireworks. So the next time you feel the old chase rising, return to this picture. You are not a hunter of love. You are a garden in my care. And what is meant for you will not require you to abandon your dignity to keep it. Stay rooted. Keep becoming. Let your life carry the fragrance of peace. Stay close to me, because the next part is where I teach you the sacred strength of wise silence, how to protect what is holy, while I heal you without turning your heart into stone. My beloved girl, I will teach you wise silence, not the silence of fear and not the silence of punishment, but the silence of self-control. The kind of silence that protects healing while it is still tender. The kind of silence that keeps your spirit from bleeding in the wrong room. Wise silence is not you pretending you don't care. It is you refusing to give sacred access to someone who has not proven safe hands. Wise silence is you understanding that intimacy is not measured by how fast you reveal, but by how well you are honored after you reveal. Think of a wound. When it is fresh, you do not invite everyone to touch it. You cover it, you clean it, you protect it, you let it form new skin. If you expose it too early, even a gentle brush can reopen it. If you expose it to someone careless, they can turn your healing into pain again. This is why I am slowing you down, my dear one. Not to make you distant, but to keep you whole. Many of you have been trained to speak too quickly in love. When you feel nervous, you talk. When you feel the slightest distance, you explain. When you sense misunderstanding, you pour out more and more detail, hoping that if he knows everything, he will finally stay. But hear me, the wrong man does not become safe because you become transparent. The right man does not need your pain as proof. There is a difference between a man who is curious and a man who is covenant-minded. A safe man will not interrogate your heart. He will not rush your timeline. He will not pressure you to reveal what I am still healing. He will not punish you with coldness when you set a boundary. He will not demand access and call it love. Wise silence watches how he reacts when you move slowly. Because impatience reveals appetite. Pressure reveals entitlement. Guilt reveals manipulation. And clean love reveals honor. My girl, some of you confuse intensity with intimacy. You think a deep conversation on day 3 means destiny. You think him asking about your childhood means he cares. You think him saying, "Tell me everything," means he will protect what he hears. But sometimes that is not care. Sometimes that is information gathering. Some people learn your insecurities so they can steer you. They learn your fears so they can hurry you. They learn what hurt you so they can imitate comfort until you relax, then they change. I am not teaching you to distrust every man. I am teaching you to stop giving your inner temple away to a stranger. Wise silence is not silence forever. It is silence until fruit is visible. It is time doing what time was created to do, expose patterns. Words are easy, my love. Consistency is costly. Anyone can sound gentle for a week. Anyone can promise patience in the beginning. But fruit reveals itself when there is tension, when there is a boundary, when there is waiting, when there is disappointment, when he does not get what he wants immediately. So wise silence does this. It stops feeding false intimacy. It stops mistaking confession for connection. It stops rewarding pressure with access. And I know this will challenge you because part of you believes if I don't give him more, he will leave. But hear me if he leaves, because you would not surrender sacred access he was never safe for the holy place in you. If he withdraws because you did not overshare, he did you a favor. He revealed his appetite. This is also why wise silence protects you from the trap of over-explaining. Some of you have been sending paragraphs trying to make a man see your heart. But if he is committed to misunderstanding you, no paragraph will heal him. If he lacks honor, no transparency will create honor. You do not have to bleed to be believed. Now let me give you one simple picture you can remember when you feel the urge to spill everything. Imagine you are holding a small seed in your palm. You are excited because you know what it could become. But you do not plant a seed by showing it to every passerby. You plant it in the right soil. You cover it. You water it. You protect it. You let it grow in quiet. Because the enemy of growth is not always hatred. Sometimes it is exposure. Some things are meant to stay between me and you for a season. Not because you are hiding, because you are growing. So the next time you feel yourself about to overshare, pause and ask, am I offering this because he has earned it? Or because I am anxious? If it is anxiety, bring it to me first. Let me hold it. Let me soothe you. Let me remind you, you are safe, even if he does not reply quickly. You are valuable, even if he does not understand you. You are mine, even if someone walks away. And yes, this wisdom will touch other rooms too. You will notice you stop over-explaining to people who enjoy misunderstanding you, even outside romance. You will notice you stop proving yourself in conversations that were never meant to be safe. But keep your eyes here. The first place I am restoring your dignity is in how you love, how you choose, and how you wait. My dear one, wise silence is you coming to me before you run to him. It is you praying before you confess. It is you slowing down long enough to hear whether I am warning you or steadying you. Wise silence is not cold. It is consecrated. Stay with me. There are models in Scripture that will strengthen this in you women who held holy things quietly until the right time, and when you see them, you will understand why I have been protecting you all along. My beloved, there is a kind of power that only quiet people understand. Not quiet because they are afraid, but quiet because they are anchored. Quiet because they have learned that what is holy does not need to be advertised to be real. Quiet because they have discovered that too many voices around a seed can crush it before it ever becomes a tree. Sacred privacy is not secrecy for darkness. Sacred privacy is stewardship for light. Some of you have been confusing exposure with freedom. You thought, if I share everything, I will finally feel close. If I reveal everything, I will finally feel seen. But you walked away from those moments feeling emptier, not healed, because you gave holy things to hands that did not honor them. So I am returning you to an ancient wisdom that runs through Scripture like a river. There is a time to speak, and there is a time to keep and ponder. There is a time to reveal, and there is a time to protect. And the Spirit of wisdom will teach you the difference. Look at Mary. When the mystery of my promise entered her life, she did not run to collect opinions. She did not scatter the sacred across the marketplace of voices. She held it. She pondered. She carried it quietly. She protected what was holy while it was still forming. She did not need to explain herself to be chosen. She did not need to defend herself to be faithful. She let my word grow inside her until the right time revealed what no argument could prove. She treasured and pondered these things in her heart. Luke 2:19. 2. Do you see it, my dear one? Faith is not always loud. Sometimes faith is a woman holding a promise in her chest while the world keeps asking, where is it? why isn't it visible yet? Sometimes faith is staying steady when you could easily overshare just to relieve pressure. Sometimes faith is saying God is working, and that is enough even when no one claps. Look at Esther. She did not reveal everything the moment she arrived. She waited. She watched. She listened. She moved with timing. Her silence was not deception. It was wisdom under danger. She understood that a seed revealed too early can be destroyed by fear, envy, or hatred. So she held what was true until the moment I opened the door for her to speak with authority. Then when she spoke, her words carried weight because they were born from prayer, not panic. There are seasons when silence is wisdom, and Esther knew her time, Esther 2:10. My girl, this is why I've been telling you to slow down with men. Because some men do not deserve early access to the holy parts of you. Not because men are evil, but because not every heart is trained to honor what it touches. Some will call your sacredness too much. Some will call your boundaries a problem. Some will call your pace games. But what is from me will never demand that you betray your peace to keep it. Sacred privacy protects you from two traps that have been exhausting you. The first trap is the need to be understood immediately. You have been trying to explain yourself into safety. You have been trying to talk your way into being valued. But when you are rooted in me, you stop begging to be interpreted correctly by people who refuse to listen. You let fruit speak. You let time speak. You let consistency speak. You let character reveal itself without you forcing clarity. The second trap is the need to be validated quickly. You have been handing your plans, your dreams, your calling, and your tenderness to people too soon, then feeling crushed when they respond with indifference. My dear one, not everyone is qualified to witness what I am building in you. Some people can only celebrate what they understand, and some cannot celebrate what they did not create. So, I am giving you a rule that will protect your heart without making you cold. Do not expose what is still healing. Do not announce what is still growing. Do not place your pearl on tables where it will be examined instead of honored. Now let me bring this into a scene you know well. Imagine you meet a man, and the conversation feels warm. He is curious. He is attentive. He asks about your past, your pain, your disappointments, your fears. And something inside you wants to pour everything out because you crave the relief of being held. You want to feel chosen fast. You want to feel safe now. But, my dear one, relief is not always safety. Sometimes relief is just the nervous system releasing pressure, and then later you realize you gave a sacred part of yourself to someone who has not proven faithful. So what do? You keep the core with me. You speak truth, but you speak it with stewardship. You share in layers. You let time earn depth. You allow trust to be built like a house brick by brick, not poured like water on the first day. You do not give the keys to your inner temple just because the conversation felt good. Because a man who is truly safe will not be offended by your wisdom. He will respect your pace. He will not punish your boundary. He will not demand access as proof of love. He will understand that sacred things require honor. My beloved, sacred privacy is also how you stop being manipulated. Because people who want to control you often need you to be emotionally exposed. They need you to react quickly. They need you to confess quickly. They need you to explain quickly. They need you to hand them your fears so they can press the right buttons. But when you live with sacred privacy, you become harder to manipulate, not because you are guarded in bitterness, but because you are guarded in peace. And here is the quiet miracle: when you stop oversharing, you start hearing me more clearly. When you stop rushing to people, you start returning to prayer faster. When you stop seeking instant validation, you begin to recognize my steady approval. Your soul becomes less noisy. Your choices become cleaner. Your discernment becomes sharper. So let this be your simple standard, my dear one. If sharing makes you feel smaller, exposed, anxious, or desperate, pull it back to me. If sharing is coming from panic, pause. If sharing is trying to secure someone's reaction, stop. If sharing is meant to build trust with someone who has proven honor over time, then share slowly, wisely, and without fear. You are not hiding. You are stewarding. You are not playing games. You are practicing wisdom. You are not being difficult. You are being holy with your heart. And because I want this to go from a message into a practice, I want you to do one gentle thing today. Choose one sacred area of your life that you have been too quick to explain your heart, your plans, your timeline, your boundaries, and quietly place it back in my hands. You do not need a speech. You do not need a dramatic announcement. Just a decision in the secret place. If you are willing to protect what is holy, leave a comment. I will steward my heart with God. And as you do, let that be your agreement with me that you are done bleeding in public for private validation. Keep the fence where I placed it, my girl, because the next step is learning the line that loneliness is not allowed to move. My dear one, hear me with tenderness and with authority, because this is where many daughters lose themselves slowly. Not in a single dramatic decision, but in a series of small compromises that feel harmless in the moment and costly later. The enemy rarely says, abandon your dignity. He whispers, just this once. He rarely says, trade your peace. He suggests, be flexible. He rarely says, lower your standards. He disguises it as, don't be so strict. You don't want to be alone. Loneliness has a voice. It can sound like wisdom. It can sound like practicality. It can sound like a friend in the dark. But loneliness is not your leader. So listen closely. I did not create you to beg for love. I did not form you to bargain with your boundaries. I did not crown you with dignity so you could trade it for temporary comfort. I created you to be loved cleanly. I created you to be chosen in peace. I created you to be held without having to shrink. Holy standards are not pride. They are protection. They are the fence around a garden. A fence is not there because the garden hates visitors. The fence is there because the garden is valuable. Standards are the way you say, my heart is not a public place. Standards are the way you say, my body is not a bargaining chip. Standards are the way you say, my faith is not negotiable. Standards are the way you say, I will not call anxiety love. Now, my child, let me correct a misunderstanding. Standards do not make you hard. Standards make you clear. And clarity attracts what is healthy. Clarity also repels what is predatory. That is why your standards have been attacked. Not because they are wrong, but because they are effective. Some of you have been told, if you have standards, you are asking for too much. But I tell you, asking for honor is not asking for too much. Asking for consistency is not asking for too much. Asking for patience is not asking for too much. Asking for purity is not asking for too much. Asking for a man to respect your faith is not asking for too much. These are not luxury requests. These are basic signs of character. And character matters more than charm. Because charm can speak sweetly while it hides entitlement. Charm can compliment you while it pressures you. Charm can sound spiritual while it avoids responsibility. A man can quote scripture and still refuse to honor you. A man can cry an apology and still repeat the pattern. So do not let words hypnotize you. Let fruit guide you. Fruit is what remains after the moment passes. Fruit shows up when you say no. Fruit appears when you set a boundary. Fruit is revealed when he does not get what he wants immediately. Fruit is the daily evidence of discipline, humility, self-control, and respect for what is holy. You have seen this in real life. My dear one, how a man can be tender in a restaurant and then turn sharp when you don't agree with him on the drive home. That is why you watch what remains when the moment changes. Now listen, my dear one, because this is where loneliness negotiates. It says, at least he texts. It says, at least he likes you. It says, at least he's trying. It says, just accept a little disrespect. Nobody's perfect. And slowly you begin to lower the fence. You begin to tolerate what you once promised yourself you would never tolerate. You laugh at comments that hurt you. You excuse tone that dishonors you. You explain away pressure that makes your spirit uneasy. You call it normal, but your peace keeps disappearing. I am restoring your standards because I am restoring your peace. Here is a truth you must hold like a lamp in the dark. The right man will not need you to disobey me to keep him. The right man will not require you to break your values to stay close. The right man will not ask you to trade purity for proof. The right man will not call your boundaries walls when they are wisdom. The right man will not try to access what is sacred through pressure, guilt, or impatience. So do not fear losing the wrong man. Do not fear being misunderstood by someone who benefits from misunderstanding you. Do not fear being labeled too much by someone who wants you to be less so he can handle you. My dear one, if a man leaves because you have standards, he did not leave your love, he left your protection, and that is mercy. Now let me make this practical without turning it into a checklist. There are a few lines that should never move, even when your emotions are loud. One line is your faith. If he mocks it, minimizes it, competes with it, or pressures you to compromise it, he is not safe for your future. Another line is your purity and your pace. If he rushes you, pressures you, or treats your boundaries like a challenge, he is revealing appetite, not honor. Another line is respect. If he uses sarcasm to cut you, compares you to other women to control you, flirts with disrespect and calls it joking, that is not harmless. That is training. Another line is responsibility. Watch how he handles his commitments, his money, his anger, his apologies. If his life is chaos and he expects you to be the one who stabilizes it, your heart will become his rehabilitation center. I did not design you to be a rescue mission for a man who refuses to grow. My daughter, you are not called to fix him, you are called to discern him. Because love without discernment becomes self-betrayal. And here is the part that will feel like a turning key. Many of you think standards are a way to control outcomes. You think, if I do everything right, I will be loved right. But standards are not a guarantee. They are a gate. They do not force someone to become good. They simply keep you from staying where goodness is absent. Standards are how you honor me with your life. Standards are how you keep your spirit from being bruised by repeated compromise. So what do you do when loneliness rises, when you miss him, when your body remembers his presence, when your mind starts rewriting the red flags into romance? You return to truth. You return to the secret place. You return to the part of you that knows peace is more precious than attention. You say, Father, I will not negotiate my dignity, and I will strengthen you. Because I am not only protecting your future marriage, I am protecting your soul. I am protecting your calling. I am protecting your ability to love without losing yourself. I am protecting the woman you are becoming, and the woman who can receive love with open hands without letting fear decide her standards. Now let peace speak louder than longing, because it will show you what is clean and it will expose what is draining you. Come here, sweetheart. Let me settle you before you decide anything. Peace is not decoration. It is not a reward for perfect circumstances. It is a witness. It is how your spirit says, "This is safe," or quietly warns, "This is not." I placed that witness inside you for a reason, because you were never meant to navigate love by panic. Some of you were trained to follow intensity. You were taught that anxiety is butterflies, that pressure is passion, that urgency is destiny. So calm feels unfamiliar. A steady man can feel boring to a nervous system addicted to storms. A gentle pace can feel suspicious to a heart that has only known rushing. Listen closely. What is from me does not need to hurry you to keep you. A green light is not a perfect man. It is a steady space. It is the feeling that you can breathe in his presence. It is the quiet relief of not performing. It is respect that doesn't disappear when you say no. It is patience that doesn't punish your pace. It is consistency that stays the same on Tuesday and Saturday in public and in private. It is a man who honors your faith without competing with it, who listens without turning everything into a debate, who can be corrected without retaliating, who can wait without making you feel guilty for being wise. A red light is often quieter than you expect. Sometimes it shows up as a tight chest, a restless mind, a constant urge to explain yourself so you won't be misunderstood. It shows up when you feel you must keep the connection alive with effort. It shows up when your boundary becomes a negotiation, your purity becomes a joke, your faith becomes an argument, your not yet becomes something you have to defend. Pay attention, dear. Heart pressure is not romance. Pressure is a warning. If he pressures your body, that is not love. If he pressures your timeline, that is not devotion. If he pressures your conscience, that is not leadership. If he withdraws affection to train your behavior, that is not maturity. If your no makes him colder, sharper, or suddenly distant, you are watching entitlement reveal itself. Now I must protect you from another trap. Some of you have heard follow peace and used it like a shortcut, as if peace means no discomfort. That is not what I mean. Sometimes I correct you, and you still feel peace underneath it. My correction is clean. It calls you higher without crushing you. Condemnation is dirty. It tells you you are hopeless and drives you away from me. Learn the difference. One makes you breathe deeper. The other makes you hide. Here is a simple way to test what you're sensing, and it will save you from spinning. After time with him, do you feel clearer or cloudier, more grounded or more frantic? More yourself or more like, you must edit yourself, closer to me, or pulled into obsession, loved or managed? Some of you are not confused because you lack discernment. You are confused because you are attached. Attachment renames red flags so you don't have to let go. It calls inconsistency a season. It calls manipulation miscommunication. It calls disrespect humor. It calls appetite love. But peace tells the truth without theatrics. Peace doesn't scream. It simply refuses to settle. And I know how hard it is to obey peace when loneliness starts bargaining. When you've invested. When you imagined a future. When you prayed, waited, hoped, and now someone finally appears. But hear me, not every open door is mine. Some doors are tests. Some doors are distractions. Some doors are shortcuts that charge you a price your dignity. So do not measure a relationship only by how strong your feelings are. Measure it by fruit, by honor, by safety, by whether your spirit can breathe. Let me give you an image you can carry without effort. Peace is a river. It moves with quiet authority. When you are near what is safe, the water clears. When you are near what is unsafe, the water stays stirred, muddy, restless, unstable. I am not asking you to panic over one ripple. I am asking you to notice patterns. One anxious moment can be a wound. Repeated loss of peace is a message. So the next time you ask, is he right for me? Ask better questions. Does he respect what is holy? Does he honor my pace? Does he keep his word when it costs him? Do I feel free to be honest without being punished? Do I leave his presence more steady or more scattered? My dear one, you were not created to live in confusion. I do not lead by chaos. I lead by peace. And peace will keep you from giving your heart to someone who makes you shrink. Stay close. The next part will speak to the hidden work I'm doing in you, why some growth must stay quiet for a season, and how I bring the right connections at the right time without you chasing. My dear one, some of the most powerful things I do in your life happen in silence. Not because I have forgotten you, but because I am protecting what is becoming. Seeds do not grow on display. Roots do not deepen in front of an audience. And you, precious girl, are in a season where I am strengthening your roots, so you do not confuse attention with destiny again. There is a part of you that wants everything to be visible immediately. You want clarity now. You want assurance now. You want to know, is he the one? You want proof that your waiting is not wasted. And I understand that desire because you have lived too long with uncertainty. But listen carefully. I do not rush what I intend to last. Some connections fail because they were wrong. Others fail because you tried to harvest them before they ripened. You called it passion, but it was impatience. You called it love, but it was hunger. You called it destiny, but it was anxiety trying to escape loneliness. And I am not rebuking you to hurt you. I am rescuing you from repeating the same story with a different face. This is why I have been teaching you sacred privacy. This is why I have been restoring your standards. This is why I have been steadying your peace. Because the right love will meet you in your wholeness, not in your panic. The right man will recognize the fragrance of the Spirit on your life, not the noise of your explaining. The right relationship will not require you to betray your dignity to keep it. Now let me tell you something your heart has needed for a long time. Waiting is not your punishment. Waiting is your protection. Waiting is the space where I remove what would have wasted you. Waiting is where I heal what would have sabotaged you. Waiting is where I teach you the difference between being wanted and being valued. Some of you think, if God loved me, he would bring him faster. But love is not speed. Love is safety. Love is timing. Love is formation. I am not only preparing someone for you, I am preparing you for the kind of love you asked me, for the love that does not make you beg, the love that does not train you with silence, the love that does not pressure you into compromise, the love that does not turn your tenderness into a tool. So when you feel tempted to announce everything too early, remember this: not everyone is assigned to your becoming. Some people are only curious. Some people are only hungry. Some people only want the version of you that is easy to access. But what I am building in you is not for cheap hands. There is a reason you keep feeling a gentle restraint when you try to rush. That restraint is not rejection. It is my hand. I am keeping you from bonding with what would drain you. I am keeping you from attaching to what would confuse you. I am keeping you from calling chemistry what is actually a familiar wound pattern. I am keeping you from trading your crown for crumbs again. Now, my love, pay attention to how I work. I often grow you quietly, then reveal you suddenly. I often strengthen you in hidden places, then open doors that nobody can shut. I often teach you in small moments, one boundary kept, one no honored, one night you didn't send the long text, one morning you chose prayer over panic. And then those small moments become a new you. And when you become that new you, you stop attracting what feeds on anxiety. You stop entertaining what thrives on confusion. You stop tolerating what requires you to shrink. You start choosing what feels clean. This is why I told you there is a time to be silent and a time to speak. In this season, let your growth be quiet. Let your standards be steady. Let your peace be protected. Let your life speak for itself. Because when you are rooted, you no longer chase. You recognize. You no longer bargain. You discern. You no longer panic. You breathe. And here is the promise I want you to hold without squeezing it. I will not miss your timing. I will not forget your desire. I will not overlook your tears. I know the kind of love you are asking me for. I know the kind of home you want to build. I know the kind of partnership your spirit longs for, clean, honoring, faith-filled, steady. And I am not careless with your future. But I will also tell you the truth, gentle one. The right person will not be revealed by your impatience. The right person will be revealed by fruit, by honor, by consistency, by peace. You will not need to chase what is from me. What is from me will move with clarity and respect. It will not come with pressure. It will not come with confusion. It will not come with the constant feeling that you must prove your worth. So, if you are in a quiet season right now, do not call it empty. Call it holy. If you are in a waiting season, do not call it delay. Call it protection. If you are in a healing season, do not call it weakness. Call it preparation. Because I am doing something deeper than you can see. And what is forming in you will change the kind of love you accept. Now let this land in you like a soft but unmovable truth. You are not behind. You are being built. You are not forgotten. You are being guarded. You are not overlooked. You are being refined. If this speaks to you, tap like as your quiet agreement with me. And if you want to keep walking through this series, subscribe so you can stay close to these words when your emotions try to pull you back into old patterns. Tonight, when the urge to rush rises again, place your hand over your heart and whisper, Father, I trust your timing more than my fear. My dear one, let me speak plainly because your heart has been tired of confusion. You have met people who felt powerful in the beginning, then slowly became heavy. You have felt connection that started sweet, then turned into a quiet pressure. To explain more, to give more, to bend more, to forgive faster, to lower the line you promised yourself you would keep. That is not the kind of love I wrote for you. The right love will not require you to shrink. It will not require you to become less spiritual to be more accepted. It will not require you to mute your boundaries so someone can feel in control. It will not require you to trade purity for proof, or peace for attention, or dignity for a temporary sense of being wanted. There is a difference between being chosen and being claimed. Some men choose you because you fit their desire, their image, their loneliness, their appetite. But being claimed in a holy way is different. Holy love does not consume you. Holy love covers you. Holy love does not rush you. Holy love respects you. Holy love does not train you with silence. Holy love communicates with honesty. Holy love does not punish your no. Holy love honors the God in you. Now listen, sweet daughter. Do not fall in love with potential while ignoring fruit. Potential is a story you write in your mind. Fruit is what you can actually live with. Fruit is what shows up on ordinary days. Fruit is what appears when you disagree. Fruit is what remains when emotions are not high. Fruit is how he handles disappointment. Fruit is whether he keeps his word when it costs him. Fruit is how he treats women he is not trying to impress. Fruit is how he speaks when he is tired. Fruit is how he repairs after conflict. Fruit is the humility to learn the strength to lead with honor, the self-control to wait. Because the man I bring into your life will not ask you to rescue him from himself. He will not make you his therapist and call it intimacy. He will not make you carry his chaos and call it partnership. He will not demand that you mother him emotionally. He will not turn your tenderness into a tool to avoid his responsibility. He will not make you the manager of his moods. My dear one, I am not sending you a project. I am sending you a person. A person who is willing to grow. A person who can be corrected. A person who can apologize without repeating the same wound. A person who can lead without controlling. A person who can love without consuming. And there is something else you must hold with clarity. A man from me will respect your relationship with me. He will not compete with it. He will not mock it. He will not treat your prayer life like a hobby. He will not call your faith too much. He will understand that your heart is not empty space waiting to be filled by him. Your heart is already occupied by God. And the right man does not try to replace me. He rejoices that I am your foundation because he knows it will make you steadier, not harder. So if you ever feel pressured to choose between me and a man, you already have your answer. I will also tell you this gently but firmly. The right man will not confuse you. He may challenge you, but he will not manipulate you. He may have flaws, but he will not use them as excuses. He may move slowly, but he will not play games. He will not keep you in a fog where you are always guessing. He will not give you crumbs and call it a season. He will not disappear to make you chase. He will not punish you with distance to make you comply. Because love that is clean does not need tricks. Now, my dear one, let me touch the part of you that has been afraid to demand honor. You were afraid that if you held standards, you would be alone. You were afraid that if you asked for respect, you would be called difficult. You were afraid that if you moved slowly, you would lose the opportunity. But hear me, if holding dignity makes him leave, he was never meant to stay. If purity makes him impatient, he was never safe. If your boundaries make him angry, he was never honorable. If your faith makes him mock you, he was never aligned. That is not loss. That is protection revealing itself early. So do not be embarrassed by your pace. Do not apologize for your boundaries. Do not shrink your standards to keep a man who would eventually shrink your joy. I did not teach you discernment so you could ignore it. I did not heal you so you could return to the same wound. I want you to picture love the way I designed it. Love is not you walking on eggshells. Love is not you guessing what mood you will receive. Love is not you losing sleep because silence feels like punishment. Love is not you constantly proving you are worthy of being kept. Love is rest. Love is safety. Love is two people who honor each other's souls. Love is the freedom to be yourself without fear of being punished for it. And yes, love will require humility. It will require communication. It will require forgiveness, but it will never require self-betrayal. So if you are in a relationship right now, do not only ask, do I love him? Ask, do I feel safe with him? Ask, does he honor what is holy? Ask, do I become more like the woman I am called to be, or do I become smaller? Ask, is my peace growing, or is my anxiety growing? Because what I bless will not drain the life out of you. And if you are waiting, do not let the waiting make you desperate. Waiting is not emptiness. Waiting is refinement. In the waiting, you are learning to recognize clean love. You are learning to recognize healthy leadership. You are learning to recognize the difference between being wanted and being valued. You are learning to choose what is holy over what is urgent. My dear one, you do not have to chase the right man. You do not have to bargain for him. You do not have to bleed for him. You will recognize him by the way your spirit breathes, by the way he honors your boundaries, by the way he respects your God, by the way he shows up consistently, by the way he loves without consuming. Let that settle in you. The right love will not require you to shrink. Come here, my sweet girl. Let everything you have carried loosen in my presence. The explaining, the overthinking, the self-blame, the quiet fear that if you do not hold everything together, love will slip through your hands. You have been strong in ways no one applauded. You have endured moments that looked small on the outside, but felt like storms on the inside. And I have not missed a single tear you swallowed to stay composed. Tonight I want to give you something back. Not a relationship first, not a ring first, not a message from someone who finally understands. I want to give you back you. Because the deepest wound was never only about who left, it was about how many times you left yourself trying to keep them. You handed your peace away in conversations that were never safe. You handed your dignity away in moments you called love when it was really fear. You handed your voice away to avoid conflict, then wondered why you felt invisible. You handed your body your time, your softness, your sacred privacy piece by piece, hoping it would buy you security. And when it didn't, you wondered what was wrong with you. My dear one, there is nothing wrong with you. There is only a place in you that needed healing and a boundary. There is only a place in you that needed my voice to become louder than the voices that trained you to chase. So listen to me now. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not too much. You are mine, chosen, covered, and being restored. I am restoring your crown. Not the crown people can see, but the crown your spirit wears when it remembers who it belongs to. The crown of dignity, the crown of wisdom, the crown of holy boundaries, the crown of peace that does not depend on whether someone texts back. And as I place it back on your head, I want you to notice what changes. Your shoulders soften, your breathing returns, your eyes become clearer, not because life suddenly became easy, but because your center returned to me. A woman who is anchored in me is not easily manipulated. She does not crumble at mixed signals. She does not chase what dishonors her. She does not beg to be chosen. She discerns. She becomes. She waits without panic. She loves without losing herself. My precious one, I am not asking you to become cold. I am asking you to become whole. I am not asking you to stop loving. I am asking you to stop bleeding to prove you are lovable. I am not asking you to hide. I am asking you to steward what is holy. There were seasons you overshared because you were starving for safety. There were seasons you lowered standards because you were tired of being alone. There were seasons you tolerated pressure because you confused urgency with destiny. But that cycle breaks here, not by willpower alone, by surrender, by wisdom, by the Spirit strengthening you from the inside out. So let us pray, not as a performance, but as a homecoming. Father, I bring you the woman who has been trying to be understood by the wrong people. I bring you the woman who keeps writing long messages at midnight because silence triggers old fear. I bring you the woman who has been managing everyone's emotions while neglecting her own. I bring you the woman who keeps bargaining with her boundaries because loneliness feels loud. I bring you the woman who feels guilty for needing time, for needing safety, for needing honor. Tonight, I place her in your hands. Lord, wash her heart clean of the lie that she must explain to be loved. Wash her mind clean of the lie that she must chase to be chosen. Wash her spirit clean of the lie that her value rises and falls with human reactions. Teach her to guard her heart without hardening it. Teach her wise silence without bitterness. Teach her standards without pride. Teach her to recognize peace as your witness and pressure as a warning. Father, heal the places where rejection became a mirror. Heal the places where abandonment became identity. Heal the places where she learned to shrink to stay safe. Lift shame off her. Lift heaviness off her. Lift the need to overprove off her. Restore her tenderness without leaving her unprotected. Restore her confidence without making her cruel. Restore her joy without making her naive. And Lord, in the right time, bring what is clean. Bring what honors. Bring what is steady. Bring relationships that do not require her to betray you. Bring love that covers her and does not consume her. Bring a man who respects her pace, honors her faith, values her dignity, and carries fruit, not just charm. But until that day, let her be so full of you that she never confuses attention with love again. Now, my girl, breathe again. This is the moment you stop negotiating with loneliness. This is the moment you stop giving keys away too soon. This is the moment you stop confusing intensity with intimacy. This is the moment you stop paying for love with your peace. This is the moment you return to the truth you are not a hunter of love. You are a garden in my care. So here is your new decision, simple and holy. I will not chase what drains me. I will not stay where I am dishonored. I will not explain myself into safety. I will not call pressure love. I will not trade my crown for crumbs. I will choose peace. I will choose wisdom. I will choose God first. And when you stumble, because growth is real and healing is a process, I will not leave you. I will steady you. I will remind you. I will lift you. I will teach you again how to return to me before you return to old patterns. I will strengthen your no. I will purify your yes. I will make you steady. Because the world does not need another woman who is exhausted from trying to be chosen. The world needs a woman who knows she already is. If this message met you in a real place, tap like as your quiet agreement with heaven. If you are choosing wisdom over panic, comment a white dove and write, "My peace belongs to God." And if you want to keep walking with me through these words week after week, moment after moment, subscribe, not as entertainment, but as a commitment. Lord, keep me close while you restore me. Now go gently, not rushed, not pressured, not proving. Go rooted, go covered, go crowned. And remember, my daughter, what is meant for you will never require you to lose yourself to keep it.